friend, 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 YouTube friend. Yeah, if you haven't seen the Inbetweeners TV show, you're not going to know what the hell that was. But anyway, hey guys, what's going on? Today, another review for you, Inbetweeners 2. So the Inbetweeners 2 is a sequel to the Inbetweeners 1, which was a spin-off of the TV show, the Inbetweeners from the UK. It's a UK comedy, it's a comedy, it's just, that's what it is. Anyway, it has Will, Simon, Jay and Neil travelling this time to Australia, my homeland of Australia. Seriously, the first thing, being an Australian watching this, the first thing I thought of was, is this really how the UK sees us? Do we really look like this to the UK? Assholes. No spoilers or anything here, but in one scene, one of them tries to get a job, and one of their friends says that all they need to do, they don't need experience or anything, no. All they need to do is walk up and say, I'm British, and they'll get given the job. Because apparently, finishing high school in the UK means you're the equivalent and as intelligent as any Australian walking the earth. Fuck you guys. The Aussie stereotype did make me laugh in the actual movie, so I'll give it that. It was pretty funny to see how my own people, how my culture is portrayed in film in the UK. That was entertaining to see. They go on another gap year. This time they go in Australia to visit Jay, and shenanigans and all this other bullshit ensues, and here's your comedy, guys. Things I enjoyed about this movie. For starters, it was so much more similar to the TV show than the first movie was. To me, the first movie, it was just a fun party movie where shit happened. There was nothing special, nothing in-betweeners about it. There was nothing that separated it from other movies. And that disappointed me because I'm a fan of the TV show. I like the different stereotypes they had. I like the different people, the different personalities, how they all mixed and how these four pretty separate people became friends. And it was just funny to see them, that each different personality collide with another, and you always saw that, and it was entertaining, and it made it funny, and the jokes worked. Well, most of the jokes worked. Not all the jokes worked, but most of them. And it was just a really enjoyable high school TV comedy. And I just felt that the first movie just got away from that whole learning experience, growing experience. It was just a party movie with gags and shit happening and a guy sucking his own dick. I enjoyed the first movie, but to me it was just another forgetful party movie that didn't need to happen. The second one, on the other hand, this new one, I felt like it incorporated the personalities, I felt like it incorporated the characters, I felt like it incorporated all the different elements of the TV show to a much larger degree, and I found that it worked for this movie so much more because you saw the conflict between the characters. You saw the little snarky back and forth between the characters that I loved from the TV show. You know, when they call bullshit on one thing and then he goes for this thing, and then there's bullshit on this thing, and then it's funny, and then they call, and then they talk, and they collide, and all these different things happens. It was funny. The back chat in between the two people, and just the smart little comments or the sneaky comments they made about the other people's family, or the other person's friends, or the other person's hair, or the other person's lying, or the other person's nerdy. You see all the personalities, you see them collide, and it's so funny because you know at the end of the day they're all friends. And they all take it lightheartedly. And that's how high school is. I mean, I know for a fact that in high school we talk shit to each other, about each other, with each other, to each other's faces, and it was just a laugh. And that's what this movie showed me, you know, these people, these friends can still have a laugh together. So yeah, I like the fact that it went back to having what I liked about the TV show and brought that into the movie to a certain degree. Some of the jokes really did work. Some of them were pretty fucking fun. But as far as the actual comedy aspect goes, besides the banter back and forth between the characters, I found the gags, some of the scenes to just be drawn out and just have a really anticlimactic or just unfunny scene that just followed. And to me, it was the long drawn out jokes, the ones where it's just building up. Those are the jokes that just didn't hit for me. And, you know, you get this build up and you're like, okay, this is going to be fucking hilarious. And it just turns out to be, To me, the funniest moments, the funniest lines are things you can see in the TV show, like I said. The little funny things, the little jabs at his mum, the little jabs at his mum's tits, the little jabs at his dad being bent. All these little one-liners just put everything over the top, put the whole situation over the top, and just these one-lines that made me burst out laughing. Those were the funny bits. And in between that, you had a bunch of slow build up for a joke that didn't quite hit, and then moved on to another joke that didn't quite hit as hard as it should have. No, I'm not saying there weren't funny moments. I'm not saying that the only funny moments were the talking. There were funny moments. There were legitimate funny moments. They just weren't as funny as they should have been, considering the build-up that they've had. I felt like it did pick up in places, at the start I thought it was really funny, the whole build-up to getting over to Australia, and then meeting the Australian culture and, seeing the stereotype there. That was a nice chunk of laugh, the first 20, half an hour. But then I found there was this 15, 20, 25 minutes that were just drawn out and just slow, to be honest. It was really, really slow to get from one point to another, and there was just there was jokes in between that should have just been cut from it that just weren't necessary. Seriously, you just didn't need some of these jokes in there. The scenes were, it felt like the scenes were literally dragged on so that they could have this joke in the movie, and when it hit, you're just thinking, this shit should have been over 5 minutes ago. Some of the laughs were really, really funny. Some of the moments were funny, I got a chuckle out of them. I found there was no moments in this movie that actually made me burst out, peeing myself, want to run to the bathroom, but I can get back in time to watch the next funny moment, laughter. I didn't really find that moment in this movie, which was really annoying. I know it sounds like I'm shitting on the movie, but I did enjoy the movie. It has enjoyable aspects, it has enjoyable moments. I felt like it was really dumbed down at points. I felt like at some points it was really, funny, good humor with the dialogue and everything, and then it just stopped, and it was dick jokes and toilet humor and just some guy acting stupider than a 4-year-old, To me, it's as if two different people directed this movie, or two different people wrote the jokes. There was no consistency. It was one joke that was really funny, followed by 20 minutes that built up to a joke that wasn't quite funny, followed by 10 minutes that wasn't quite funny, then back to a nice little witty joke that you found really funny, and then it built back up and it wasn't quite funny, and then there was a couple jokes in a row that you really laughed at, and then climax and a couple jokes in between that were really funny, and then one big build up, and then the end. It was just all over the place. This movie was really choppy. I felt like some things could have been edited out. I felt like some things could have been cut down. I felt like some jokes just dragged on. I felt like there was a good 20-25 minutes where I wasn't laughing that often, or there was just a chuckle here and there, which for a comedy is not a good sign. Overall, if you enjoyed the first movie, I definitely recommend this one. I enjoyed the first movie. I enjoyed this one more than the first movie, because I said it harkened back to what I really enjoyed about the TV show, which really puts it up a fair few steps for me. The dick jokes, the toilet humor drags it back down. It's not as funny as the TV show. If you haven't seen the TV show, go see the TV show. If you enjoyed the first movie, go watch this movie, because it is a really good time. It's better than the first movie, not as good as the TV show. It's right in the middle. I don't know where they're going to go if they want to make a third one. I feel like this might be the end of the franchise, which is unfortunate, because I felt like they could build on this. I felt like they built on the first one to this one, then they could build on this again to give us more of what we love about the TV show. But hey, what are you going to do? Anyway guys, that's all we got time for today. If you like what you saw, hit that like button below. Comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Friend!